Hi there, here's another video. Find the highest common factor of 72 and 108. This is one of the methods that you could use. Now this is a calculator question. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write 72 equals to, then I'm going to press shift, then I'm going to press this fact button. See that fact? And what it does, it gives me the factors, prime factors of 72, 2 cubed times 3 squared. So that's 2 cubed times 3 squared. Now I'm going to do the same for 108 now. So I write 108, press equals to, then I'll press shift, then I'll press the fact button again, and that gives me the numbers for 2 squared and 3 cubed. So that's 2 squared times 3 cubed. I got this from the calculator. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand these versions. Then I'm going to write this one as 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, so now I've got that. Now we're looking for what we call common. What is common between these two factors? There's a 2 there and there's a 2 there. I cross over to a pair and I write it. There's a 2 there and a 2 there. So I'm going to cross out and write it again. The other thing that's common is there's a 3 there and there's a 3 there. So I'm going to write times 3. There's another 3 and another 3. So I'm going to write it like that. This therefore becomes the answer to this becomes your highest common factor, which is, I'm going to use a calculator, 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. And that gives us 36. And then that's the answer. And you get your 2 marks for that. Okay? Now part B of that question asks us to find the lowest common multiple of 36 and 60. So there's a few ways of doing that. I'm going to do the same kind of way. Alright, 36, 60. I'm going to use a calculator to find the factors of both. 36 equals to shift fact 2 squared times 3 squared. Just going to write that down. And 60, do the same. 60 equals to shift fact, then 2 squared times 3 times 5. 3 times 5. Just going to write them down and then expand them. Write a larger version of it basically. Now similarly, like in the previous question, you look for what's common. So I've got a 2 there and a 2 there, so I'll write 2. I've got 2 there and a 2 there, so I'll write another 2. Then I have a 3 there and a 3 there, so I'll write 3. This gives me what we call 12 as the highest common factor, so that's your highest common factor. But they want the lowest common multiple, so what we now need to do is take our answer 12 and multiply it by any number I didn't cancel out. So 12 times 3 times 5. I didn't use that or that. So that's going to be 12 times 3 times 5, which is 180. Okay. You could have also gone for a different method on that one. You could have done 36, 60. Could have gone for 120 and then 180. And then you keep going with 36. That's 72. I'm using a calculator. 108. 144. 180. So you just write out the multiples and see the smallest one that appears in both lists. I think that might have been an easier method for my students, but this is also useful to know.